It's summer 2017, the season of couples, abs, and way too many giant trees. Quickly scanning the chart of this season, my impressions are a little bit better than last season, but last season left much to be desired. So, in no particular order, these are my first impressions. There's 33 shows this time around, so let's get to it. Quiz Show the Anime. This girl has worked to be good at quizzes, but once she sees main character answer a single question, she thinks he's going to be the quiz king. Other than that, the show is mostly good. The main character has a lot of disadvantages, so even though he's super smart, he's not immediately the best at everything. It's pretty good. Guess what it's about? He gets a buff to all his stats, and immediately he's super strong and good with magic. Then his harem starts to develop. His phone is only useful because God creates GPS and trans-dimensional Wi-Fi for him. I'd say he's literally Kirito, but this guy wears a white coat. The art is distinct, which is definitely a good thing for this type of show. I really like it. The main character is a bit too shonen, so I'm hoping he gets plenty of development. They actually took the time to animate this cloth moving. That's amazing. As long as the main character has more features than being poor and wanting to dance, then this show should be good. It's a standard sports show with one joke per character that they repeat until you're sick of them. Seeing how it's a comedy, it's a little sad that none of the jokes are funny. The main character cleans everything, and the rest of the boys in his class must be filthy because all the girls love him. This guy's always showing off his abs, just like in Yowamushi. It's not very good. It's the season of abs. You can predict half of the lines. They do a whole, "We hate this woman for putting us in danger. Oh, wow, her motivations were to help us? I guess we were wrong," across like 6 minutes. It's shit. Also, their baby dragon is their jeep. So, noticing the sheer quantity of girls and the look of the monsters, I thought this is probably based on a game, and yep, it is. There isn't much to say story-wise, other than there are monsters and these girls go to school to fight them. It takes balls to put isekai in your anime's title, or so I thought before this season. At least they're labeling themselves now. God, it's just another cooking anime. Every episode we're gonna get shown a meal or two with the chance of people moaning about how great the cooking is. This girl is really annoying too. I don't think I'll be watching more of this one. When's Dungeon Meshi gonna get an anime? Oh, their eyes do not look good animated. Even if it is keeping with the style of the manga, it just looks bad. Also, these girls are way too shiny. From what I remember of the manga, in over 100 chapters, they make very little progress other than him just falling in love with the other girl. Then it's just the main character being indecisive about who he likes, so don't expect much progress to be made. I may watch more of this one. So they've got 3 walls to protect them from the behemoths outside. They train their warriors from an early age, and they can die in seconds to a behemoth. Well, honestly, not as bad as I expected. Yeah, there's this and that, but the colors they use for magic are nice. The animation when they're flying is interesting. It's really not as bad as I expected when I first read the description. It won't be something people remember in a year, but it's entertaining enough. Remember this show? Well, neither does anyone else. They're both based on a browser card game, but this one's significantly better. The story is basically warriors going through time to stop demons from changing history. The animation was pretty good, mostly when this guy stands up. The cat has a dumb computer, but overall it's good. The music works well, and the first episode does a good job of showing you what it's about. I don't like this one. The hype moment in the first episode was the main character's first successful dive. Their bodies all look weird. This bowl cut kid's weird. I'd say it's safe to compare it to Free due to all its similarities, and this doesn't even come close to it. This dog is pretty good though. This show is fucking awful. Everything they say is them trying so hard to be cool. I can fire a card at Mach 10. I didn't stop time. I just slowed it to the smallest amount possible. I could go on about those two lines for hours, but I'll save us both some time. Just don't watch it. Also, this is not a good dog. With a name like that, I expected something a lot worse, but we got some Yuri, and that's fine with me. I can't really tell how this is going to turn out from the first episode, so I'll follow this show for a while. It's the new, less interesting Arslan. Main characters are trying to stop a war between his nation and another. I guess it's going to be a political intrigue / action show. He uses birds to fight, and sometimes it's funny. The main character is still the youngest person ever to reach his rank, so it's not without its generic parts. I don't know if I'll watch this past episode 2. This is the best show of the season. It's fantasy spelunking with a robot boy and bunny girl. The backgrounds look amazing and the music's perfect. If you're gonna watch anything this season, you need to watch this. This show bleeds style. Everyone in the school gambles, and how well you do determines your ranking. And so far, everyone at the top cheats. The characters' expressions can be full-on crazy. It doesn't need to take place in high school, but what can you expect? The story and main characters aren't great, but it's fun to watch. It's yaoi, so you know if you're gonna watch it just from that. Main character is in love with his best friend's brother, best friend is in love with an older friend that he fell out of touch with. This one's not too bad. Two main characters look way too similar though. This is about as much as you can expect from steampunk. Its art's like every other cute girl action show out there. While the girls may be cute and the mobsters are animated interestingly, when you put them together it's a little more than jarring. I like their automatic revolvers and how she has a thermos to cool her device after it overheats. I like the action and some of the animation, but there's not much else to appreciate. It's by the studio that made Flip Flappers, so I hope this show surprises me. Someone watched Love Live and went, "Hey, what if this was about stage shows?" And then they copied half of the characters and actually made it. There is this funny part here where they destroy a monument, but that's the only good part about it. I'd like to give it credit for approaching a new premise, but they just completely stole Katori and made her the main character. How could you just blatantly rip something off like that? It's okay. Well, not a lot happened to talk about other than them introducing the main characters and setting. I'm getting some Arakawa Under the Bridge vibes. I'll give it a few more episodes before I make my final decision. This was pretty good. I read some of this one. This couple's the best. This art style translated to animation a lot better than Koi to Uso. I'll keep watching this one. I got a few laughs from this show. It's short, so it's not too big of an investment if you don't find it funny. I'll keep watching this one as long as it makes me laugh. This piece of garbage starts with a heavy-handed message about people not caring for each other. It's obnoxious. So, you get points at this school depending on how well you do in class, and those points work as money. These characters are so boring. He's super monotone and even sits boringly. They could have at least tried to make the twist surprising to the viewer. It was obvious enough without the characters constantly talking about how much they spent or saved. This show is trash. I read a few chapters in the manga and had to stop, so I already knew what this show was going to be. Main character is just going to form a harem that he wants to fuck, but he'll never get to because of his inner self. I'd like to give the main character credit for being more than a typical harem protagonist, but he's not. Man, this guy just won't stop talking about fucking elementary schoolers. Speaking of elementary schoolers, honestly, compared to other shows this season, this one wasn't the worst. I'm always interested in music anime, so the show starting out showing the main character producing music caught my attention. However, this show will probably turn into look at my lolly try their hardest to be the best dang musicians. I was really with the show up until the end, where one of the girls said, "If you help us, I'll let you touch me." I'm going to watch more, but I'm hoping I'm wrong when I say that those type of lines will keep happening. I don't even know how to begin with this one. It's all over the place. They spend the first 5 minutes spilling their spaghetti at each other, and I hate it how they keep using text pop-ups to tell us what's going to happen like it's a commercial. Oh, it's based on a light novel. Guess it is just a commercial. Their school used to have a famous gaming club, so she revived the club and is now looking for some more super serious gamers. That door sign is so bad. It looks like something you'd see at Hot Topic. And then it ends on a banana joke. I'm so glad that was there. This show is part of a multimedia experience. It was so bad, though, I didn't want to experience the rest of it. Six couples find love in a convenience store after school. It's the season of big trees. It's bad. It may be a satire, but it's not made well. There's just too much going on. Throw this in the pile of bad Chinese shows. What the hell? Can I skip this one? I'm gonna skip this one. It's a standard slice of life, but with monster girls and monster boys. Watch it if you can't get enough cute girls or if you have a thing for centaurs. I didn't get much out of this show. I'm assuming that it'll be about the boy and girl becoming friends with the kid being bullied. The first episode was just both kids thinking, maybe I should say something to help, but not actually doing anything. An older trap gets sexual with a girl. Well, here's my chart. I'd say half of the shows this time around are straight up bad, but there's more good shows this time though. So that's something. Made in Abyss and Ballroom are seriously good. I'd recommend them to anyone. Vatican may be unfairly at the bottom, but I seriously couldn't sit through the whole thing. And I made it through 18 if, so that's saying something. Well, that was a lot of shows. 9 more than last season. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll never be forced to watch any from the bottom 6.